Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Good evening and Roll Tribe, ICC fans, and welcome as we're set for winner take all this evening here in Fulton as ICC and Northeast get together here for the play-in round of the NJCAA Region 23 tournament here in Fulton. Hello everyone, I'm Adam Gore welcoming you to tonight's broadcast. Raphael Henry, Cal Brown here on hand as well. Coaches meeting at home plate right now, going over the ground rules, exchanging lineups, and more here, part of the Davis Ford pregame show. We're going to take another timeout. And when we come back, we'll have tonight's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups and the playing of the national anthem here from Fulton right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Why didn't you answer your phone?
You're not gonna believe what just... You brought a Coca-Cola with zero sugar?
Yeah. Why?
Come on, it has zero sugar.
Yep. And it's delicious.
I don't believe it.
Just try something new. You'll love it.
This does taste great.
This is a place to create your future. And when you get here, you realize you're not alone. You meet new people and make connections. It's not always about knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's about finding your own way. It's working together to build something bigger than ourselves. It's hard work, but lots of fun. We come for the quality education, but we leave with an unparalleled experience. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as there's an extended conversation at home plate right now between the ICC and Northeast coaches and the home plate umpires, as we're still awaiting that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here, and looks like they may be about to break up the conversation at home plate. ICC comes in as the number 8 seed in the region play-in tournament. Northeast is the number 9 seed. These two teams split during the regular season. Northeast comes in with a record of 36-20. They finished the season 15-13 inside conference play. ICC 26-22. They finished 16-12 inside the conference play as well. Well, we were moments away from the Guaranteed Bank opening pitch, but the conversation continues here. You would think almost 50 games into the season that, well, the umpires and everybody would know what's going on, but they're going to make sure they're covering the ground rules and making sure everybody's on the same page before we get started to set this one. We'll take one more time out and hopefully come back with the starting lineups of tonight's matchup between ICC and Northeast.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take you to the field for tonight's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups.
Sarah Hinton. Number 21, Maddie Hogan. Number 4, Madeline Savage. Number 5, Caitlin Farndon. Number 6, Bree Harmon. And number 15, Riley Taylor. Now leading off for your ICC Indians, number 2 from Hunter Mississippi in center field, Allie Begley. Number 7 from Mercy, Mississippi, in left field, Ryan Moore. Number 24 from Central Mississippi, playing third base, Jesse Smith. Number 30 from Chestnut, Alabama, playing first base, Ronnie Tyree. Number 11 from Savannah, Mississippi, your pitcher, Julian Sharp. Number 25 from Hackney, Mississippi, the designated player, Emma Rose Thompson. Number 22 from Wilton, Mississippi, your catcher, Darren Clay. Number 5 from South Bend, Mississippi, playing shortstop, Hallie Turner. Number 13 from Albany, Louisiana, playing second base, Kevin Cougar. Number 4 from Hunter, Mississippi, in right field, in the first position, Jordan Knight. Led by the head coach, Kenny Bill Ernest, assistant coach, Kristen Hawkins. Please take the last round.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we put the brakes on the Davis Ford pregame show and get set for that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here between ICC and Northeast. Winner goes on, loser goes home here in the play-in round of the NJCAA Region 23 tournament in Fulton. Julia Shaw will be in the circle here to start things off for the Indians as we await that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch. It's going to be low and outside, and it comes your way at 5:02. That's a 5:02 Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here in tonight's game. Now, this is only going to be one game. It's not going to be a doubleheader. It's not a best-of-3 series, so tough one here for both these teams. As that pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. This is Sydney Bean, the right fielder, at the plate here for Northeast. Of course, we'll give you the lineups in the exchange of the innings for both squads as the count now goes 1-1 here to Bean. Bean looks at that pitch, a little high and outside for the umpire's liking. 2-1 now is the count. Bean, Minshew, and Meeks scheduled up here in the top of the first. 2-1 is the count with no outs as Bean is starting us off here. Shaw getting set to deliver the pitch. This one fouled back off the netting. 2-2 now will go the count. We do want to welcome those that are tuning in here this afternoon in support of the Indians. And although Northeast is streaming their game, just in case there's a few Northeast fans out there, we do want to welcome you as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Bean at the plate. Shaw in the circle. Pitch on its way. That one low and outside. Now the count goes full at 3-2. Indians corner coming in just a little bit over there at third base. We're waiting the 3-2 offering here from Shaw. This one fouled off out of play and will stay at 3-2. Nice pitch that time by Shaw to run in of the hands of Bean. Shaw comes in with a record of 17-12 on the season. She has been the workhorse, if you will, for the squad. She has an ERA of 3.13. She has struck out 107 and has walked 59 on the season. And that's going to be number 60 as that pitch a little bit too inside for the umpire's liking. So a leadoff walk issued to Sydney Bean, and now this will bring up the catcher, Haley Minshew, for the Tigers. So there's no outs, a runner at first. Minshew will dig in here for Northeast. For Northeast, they like to put pressure on you by running the bases, so that'll be a note to keep an eye on throughout the evening here. Big swing and a miss there. Strike one as Minshew took a healthy chop at that one. Comes up empty. 0-1 now is the count here to Minshew. As we mentioned, she's playing second base. Shaw in the circle here. Of course, Cliff typically in a 2-game series would start game 1, but the pitch out, thinking the runner might have gone there, but she did not. 1-1 now is the count. But you know Cliff will be available if needed here. So 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs, runner at first here in the top of the first for Northeast. Grounder right back up the middle. Going to go to first. Had a chance to possibly turn 2, but instead looked like she might have had a little trouble getting the ball out of the mitt, so she wanted to make sure she got that first out of the inning, 1-3 to retire Minshew, but a successful at bat as the runner does advance to second to move into scoring position. And now this will bring Ava Meeks, the center fielder, to the plate here for the Tigers. Meeks batting in that 3 spot. Well, ICC would have loved to have turned a Little Caesars double play there, but wanted for sure get an out in that situation. Meeks looks at that first pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count. They're going to throw behind the runner, and that was close, but dropped the ball. So she will be safe. So she might think twice about taking that healthy of a lead next time. 1-0 is the count here to Ava Meeks. That pitch runs inside. Umpire likes it. Strike 1 is the call. 1-1 now is the count. Meeks on the season batting .384. She's got 27 RBIs on the season. And she's got a 1-1 count right now on her with 1 out and a runner at second. That pitch outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. As we talked about Mean, she has set the record for most steals on the season for Northeast. She's got 51 successful steals. So she is most definitely a threat out there on the bases. That pitch runs high. 3-1 now is the count here to Meeks. .3-1 pitch, and it runs high. That's going to be the second walk of the inning there. Nice patient at bat by Meeks. And so now runners at first and second. And this is going to bring Annalise Rogers to the plate here for the Tigers. So the Tigers off to a good start here. Rogers, a .279 batter. She's got 21 RBI on the season, 36 hits, 11 doubles. As that pitch in there for a strike. She's not homered yet, and she has struck out 17 times on the season. 1-0 is the count now here to Rogers. She's playing first base here this evening. That pitch missing low. 1-1 now is the count. Coach Andy Kirk tuning in, saying that folks in Ingomar, well, they knew he was crazy, but now they really think he's crazy, as he was blowing off his front yard, stopped and saluted the flag as the national anthem was playing during the game. As that pitch missing outside, Julia just can't find that outside corner. That's typically her bread and butter, but right now can't find where the umpire likes it. 2-1 now is the count. There's 1 out. That was a ground out right back to Julia on a hit by Minshew, or a batted ball, I should say, by Minshew. Is that pitch in there for a strike? 2-2 now is the count here on Rogers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You got a runner at first and a runner at second here in the top of the first for the Tigers. Shaw will toe the rubber and get set to deliver the pitch. And there's strike 3. Clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there to get the second out of the inning. Rogers will go down looking. That's the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. Renaissance Bank. Find out what's next by visiting renaissancebank.com. And so now this will bring up Sarah Hyman, the 5th batter of the inning. She's playing in left field. ICC now with 2 outs, trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. The Tigers, however, trying to spark a 2-out rally here in the top of the first. Shaw's pitch. Right now, Broadway for the strike. 0-1 now is the count here to Hyman. Again, remind you, we'll give you today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups in the exchange of the inning for both squads. 0-1 is the count here to Hyman. Thought about it, held off on it. Good idea. Pitch missing outside. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 2 runners on here for the Tigers. Shaw in the circle, Hyman at the plate. 1-1 pitch coming. This one popped up, going to get out of play on top of the dugout there for ICC. And now the count will go 1-2. That previous strikeout was the 108th strikeout of the season for Julia Shaw. So 1-2 now is the count. Heineman at the plate. 1-2 offering coming from Shaw. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Clutch back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts. The second of the day there for Shaw. And boy, I tell you what, that was a big one to get out of the inning there with no damage done. Let's take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineup. And let's start with Northeast. We've already introduced you for the first 5 batters of the game, so we'll recap those as well. Sydney Bean, she led us off. She's playing in right field. Haley Minshew is the catcher. Ava Meeks is out in center field. Annalise Rogers is the first baseman. And Sarah Hyman is out in left field. Batters 6 through 9 look like this. Maddie Holcomb will be the DP. Madeline Savage will be at third base. Caitlin Carnathan will be at shortstop, and Bree Hartman will be the second baseman. In the flex position today will be the pitcher, Riley Tittle, for Northeast. As we mentioned, Northeast comes in with a record of 36-20 overall. They finished conference play as a number 9 seed at 15-13. For ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. And Coach Kelly Beth Ernest and Coach Hawk hope they've got that same winning combination put together here in our only game this afternoon. And it'll look like this. Allie Beckley will be in center field. Tamaya Martin will be in left field. Jessie Smith will be the third baseman. Riley Tyree will be at first. Julia Shaw is pitching. Emma Rose Thompson is the DP. Chloe McLean is catching. Hallie Turner at shortstop. Camden Cooper will be at second base. And in the flex position today will be Jordy McKnight out in right field. Well, one thing I will say, I'm a fan of the umpires because typically I have more time than that to give you the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups, but instead they say play ball. That's first pitch high for a ball from Tittle. This is Allie Beckley at the plate. We'll look at some numbers on her in a moment. We'll take and focus on some Samstown market stats here on Tittle in a moment. As Beckley looks at that pitch, it's inside, but for a strike, 1-1 now is the count. Tittle, she is 15-7 on the season. She does have 4 saves. She has struck out 186, walked 27, and has a pretty 1.98 ERA. This pitch slapped, but if it's fair, no, it's foul down the line, and that would have been trouble for Northeast because Allie Beckley has got speed to burn. Beckley, of course, a 2-sport star here at ICC, was a member of the women's basketball team that advanced to the semifinals of the NJCAA region tournament. Allie is batting .344 on the season. Now with a 1-2 count on her. Sends that one up the middle, and the infield was in, but then there's going to be a throwing error that's going to get away, and that's going to allow Beckley to get to second. Well, that's what speed will do for you there. It'll make you panic. They had a little bit more time than they realized to throw the ball, but rush to throw, it was in the dirt. E4 on the play, and Beckley over to second with no outs here in the inning. So this will bring up Tamaya Martin batting in the number 2 spot. She's playing in left field. She too has got a lot of speed. She shows bunt, pulls back, takes that pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Martin. Of course, this is the position that normally Sammy Day Jones would be batting in, but Sammy Day tore, I believe it was her ACL in her knee in a game, so she has been unavailable over the last couple of series. As that pitch missing low and inside, we wish Sammy Day a speedy recovery. Of course, a sophomore, so not how she wanted to finish her career at ICC, but no, there's brighter days ahead there for Sammy Day. 2-0 now is the count here for Martin. Runner at second is Beckley. There's a ground ball left side. It's going to get through, and that's going to go for a hit there. As the infield was in, a tough play. And that'll be Martin with the hit. So ICC now with a nice answer. After Northeast put runners on first and second in the top half of the inning, ICC now with runners on the corners here in the bottom half. So this is going to bring up Jessie Smith to the plate. Smith batting .384 on the year. She's got 39 RBI, good for second on the team. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. It was an error on Northeast, and then a single by Martin. That's got runners on the corners here for ICC in the bottom of the first. Runner goes. They throw it down, and it is not in time. So a stolen base there for Martin. Thought for a second they were going to pump fake it or maybe throw it short, but instead they went for the out. And so now 2-0 is the count here. As Smith, real big opportunity here. As that pitch in the dirt. Beautiful job there by Minshew to catch that one. 3-0 now is the count, and you got to think with a bat like Jesse has, you may be intentionally walk her here. So 3-0 is the count here to Smith. Shortstop coming up to have a word with her pitcher there to try to get her refocused. No outs. Runners at second and third here for the Indians. 3-0 pitch on its way. Smith hammers that one and fouls it off. So Smith aggressive at the plate. Typically you see the red light on there on a 3-0 count, but instead she was trying to make something happen early for the team. So now the count goes 3-1 here on Smith. Again, runners at second and third. Bottom of the first, ICC at the plate. Smith, check swing, fouls that one off. If anything, a break there for Northeast, as that was ball 4, but it just found a piece of the bat. So now the count goes full at 3-2 here to Jesse. Riley Tyree is on deck for the Indians. As Smith asks for time, and we'll get it now. She asked for it at first. The umpire didn't give it to her, and so she squared and then asked for it again, and that time he did give it to her. So now the count goes full at 3-2. This pitch fouled back, and we'll stay at 3-2. Nice job finding a piece of that one there to keep the at-bat alive by Smith. Jessie recently announced on social media her plans to continue her career at Arkansas Monticello. There's a ground ball, and that's going to be an effective hit there because that's going to push across a run. And ICC takes a 1-0 lead on a ground out 4-3 by Smith. And that will score Beckley, who reached on the error, advance to second on that same error. And so now with one out, Indians with a runner at third, and this is going to be Riley Tyree at the plate. Tyree batting .337 on the year. She has a team high 43 RBI, looking to add to that total here. As that first pitch across for a strike. Riley recently signed with Montevallo out of Alabama. As that pitch missing low and outside, 1-1 now is the count. So a lot of players, like normal here at ICC, getting that opportunity to continue their education through softball. As 1-1 now is the count. That was to be hammered, but it's going to be foul down the line. So now the count will go 1-2 here on Riley. She's playing first base. I always say here in game 1, but it's the only game tonight. That is a winner-take-all game here. They'll advance to the 4-team pod at the Colin bracket of the Region 23 tournament. We'll kind of talk about that as the game progresses. That pitch fouled off. 1-2 now will remain the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 1-0 ICC with the lead after the ground out by Jesse Smith to second that scored Allie Beckley. Riley Tyree at the plate trying to do battle here with a 1-2 count. That pitch high and outside. Nice frame job attempt there by Minshew. Just couldn't get the umpire to bite on it. 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at third here for the Indians. And that's going to be a slow roller, and the throw is not in time. And a little excuse me miss swing, and it works for an infield single. It was one of those everybody was kind of waiting for it to run foul, but instead it stayed fair. The runner absolutely could not advance in that situation, so now they're going to come by and talk this one over are the umpires to see if maybe it made contact with her. And they're going to talk it over, and they're going to relay it, and they're going to say it's a fair ball, so the play will stand as it was called. Usually you hear an awkward thud or maybe see the ball take a weird bounce, but you can't blame Coach for talking about that one as we got a time called here. We're going to take a timeout here from Guaranty Bank and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
I'm Lenny Howell, your 2024 ICC Most Beautiful, and you're watching the ICC Sports Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the conversation continuing there in the circle. Umpire giving them a lot of time to talk here, as this is going to be Julia Shaw at the plate with runners at first and second. Well, the last time Julia swung a bat against Northeast, it was a big-time home run to dead center. That was out at Northeast, so you know that's going to be most definitely in the back of the head of the coaches here. Runners on the corner, still only one out here in the bottom of the first inning. ICC leading this one 1-0. ICC with 2 hits, Northeast with 1 error so far in the inning. And a very dangerous bat at the plate right now in Julia Shaw. Tittle in the circle here. Gets the call and will set to deliver. Shaw, took a home run swing at that one, misses. 0-1 now is the count. Well, Julia will be continuing her career. She'll be going to William Carey down in Hattiesburg once her season is done here. As that pitch runs inside, 1-1 now is the count to Julia Shaw. Of course, as we talked about the last time these two teams met, the interesting story is Julia's twin sister, Jana, is also playing today for Northeast. As there's going to be a ground ball, it's going to be a foul ball. 1-2 now is the count. She also wears number 11 for the Tigers. They actually pitched against each other when these two teams met during the regular season. So now the count goes 1-2 here to Shaw. Shaw, the 5th batter of the inning here for the Indians. ICC with runners on the corners. And this one fouled back. And the count will stay 1-2. Riley Tittle in the circle here for Northeast. Awaiting the 1-2 offering to Shaw. That pitch high. Not a bad pitch, especially with a batter that has an aggressive bat like Julia. She was able to hang off on that rise ball. Now the count goes 2-2. Shaw would love to help her own cause here with the base hit. Indians already leading it 1-0 here. That pitch missing low and outside for ball 3. 3-2 now is the count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on the corners. Shaw fouls that one off and will set it up and do it all over again at 3-2. Emma Rose Thompson, the DP, on deck for the Indians. Shaw steps in, then steps out as Tittle steps away from the rubber. Now gets ready to line things up here. And that's going to be ball 4. Ball gets away, but the tight net allows the ball to bounce back quickly, but good heads up there by Martin not to try to force the issue, as Coach Ernest quickly recognized that, called her back, and now bases are loaded here, and this is going to be Emma Rose Thompson, the DP, coming to the plate. Emma Rose batting .254 on the season, and is third on the team with 4 home runs on the year. 1 out, bases loaded here for the Tribe. That first pitch in there for a strike, and right now, if you're Tittle, you just load up and throw strikes here because nowhere to put her, and hope your defense can stand strong behind you. 1 out, bases loaded here for the Indians. They're trying to build on this 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. That pitch missing outside. 1-1 now is the count. Chloe McLean is on deck. Indians would love to get that merry-go-round spinning here in the bottom of the first. This pitch popped up, back off the netting. 1-2 now is the count here on Emma Rose. Well, there you see it. Bases are loaded here for the Indians. ICC would love to cash in on this opportunity. They had the same opportunity down at Jones, but left bases loaded there, as that's going to be a check swing. She did not go, and they're going to, how do you, okay, I just don't understand this. They appeal to third instead of the infield umpire at second. And Emma Rose's back is turned to the third baseman. Swing and a miss for strike three, and that's a big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for the second out of the inning. And boy, Northeast is an out away from getting out of a major major tough situation here, as Chloe McLean, the catcher, will come to the plate. She's batting in that 7 spot. Listen to that first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Jason Williams here shooting highlights of today's contest. You can see highlights of those tonight on WTVA at 10. Appreciate Jason coming out for the coverage. As that pitch runs high, 2-0 now is the count. You've got Martin at third, Tyree at second, and Julia Shaw at first. 2 outs, bases loaded here for the Indians. Trying to build on this 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Tittle trying to get out of the inning. That pitch, beauty, in there for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. Well, as anticipated, a great crowd coming out. Of course, finals week here at ICC. As this pitch popped up, and the shortstop will come in and make the play. And boy, talk about a Houdini act there for Northeast, as they were able to get out of the inning with no damage done. But ICC is able to score 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and they leave the bases loaded here in the bottom of the first. We'll take a break, come back with the second, and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
At Little Caesars, get a large custom 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $7.99? Get out of here! This pizza is only $7.99. No way! This is $7.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $7.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Listen, pirate, stop taking my $7.99 pizza. Choose a large custom 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $7.99 when you order online. Only $7.99. What?
Pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the second inning. 1-0 is the score here between ICC and Northeast here in this winner-take-all game between the rivals, just less than an hour from each other. As 1-0 is the count here. Or excuse me, not the count, but the score. As it'll be the 6, 7, 8 batters due up. The DP, Maddie Holcomb. The third baseman, Madeline Savage. And the shortstop, Caitlin Carnathan, scheduled up here for the Tigers in the top of the second. ICC leads at 1-0 after a ground out by Jessie Smith that scored Allie Beckley, who reached on an error. So that pitch going to miss low for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Maddie Holcomb. Well, it was back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts by Shaw to end the inning in the top of the first. Both teams getting out of a slight jam. Well, I can't call the jam that Northeast was in a slight jam. 1-1 now is the count. As that pitch in there for a strike to Holcomb. Yeah, Northeast got to have a bases-loaded jam. So a little bit more than a slight jam there for them to get out of the inning with only 1 run scored. So waiting the 1-1 pitch here from Shaw. That pitch missing low and in the dirt. 2-1 now is the count. Got Kim and Eddie Thompson checking in. Skates Mama and Daddy with a roll tribe, wanting to get ICC rolling here as that pitch finds the inside corner for a strike. 2-2 now. Yes, and there she said Skate is heading to Oxford for a tournament. And Skate, of course, playing up at Union. Wish her the best of luck there. A lot of people wondering who Skate is. She was the one to play Wednesday Girl and also played softball here. 2-2 pitch. This one lifted. Could be trouble. Martin going back to the wall, and it's out of the ballpark. A solo home run to start the inning there for Holcomb. She got fully extended on that one, and it found the exit out in left field, and we're tied now at 1. It was a big swing there off the bat of Holcomb. And that is her 13th home run of the season, easily leading the Tigers in home runs this season. And she adds to that total there and ties the ball game 1-1 here in the top of the second. So with nobody on and no out, this will be Madeline Savage coming to the plate here. Batting in that 7th spot. She's playing over at third base. That pitch runs inside, missing for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Savage. Savage at the plate, Shaw in the circle. 1-1 is your score here in the top of the second. That pitch is missing low. 2-0 now is the count. So 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. 1-1 is the score after that home run to start the inning by Northeast. Grounder left side, third baseman. Throw over, no issue there. 5-3 on the putout, as that was Jesse Smith reeling that one in for out number 1. So 1 away now. This will bring up the shortstop, Caitlin Carnathan, coming to the plate. Caitlin batting in that 8th spot. 1 away now. Bree Harmon is on deck. She's batting in the 9 hole, or she'll be batting in the 9 spot. Then we'll flip it back to the top part of the lineup. As that first pitch missing high for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Carnathan. Well, this is typically when I tell you when our next broadcast will be. Well, this will actually be our last athletic broadcast here on the ICC Sports Network. Ball in the dirt, ball 2. 2-0 now is the count. But our next broadcast will be a bittersweet broadcast. This will be our not homecoming, but graduations. Those will be on May 10th. You can tune in right here on the Red Channel for those. Awaiting the 2-0 pitch here. Ground ball, and it's going to roll foul. And now to be 2-1 is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. As Carnathan taking a leisurely stroll back to home. I don't know if maybe she had kind of just overextended herself going to first, as she really went through the bag there. So I don't know if she may have not heard the foul ball call. That's what I was trying to say, not saying overextend herself, just didn't know if she might have not heard the foul ball call. 2-1 pitch coming. This one popped up, and it's going to be ate up by the first baseman. Does she step on the bag in time? Yes, she does. Nice hustle there by Riley Tyree to get out number 2. And so now with 2 outs in the inning, this will bring up Bree Harmon, the number 9 batter, playing second base here for the Tigers. Well, I said she wasn't watching, but Skate is watching. She actually just got a text that she's watching with the Roll Tribe, and Appreciate Skate tuning in as well. This pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on here. Bree Harmon at the dish here for the Tigers. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to Harmon. If she were to reach, then we'll flip it back to the top part of the lineup with Sydney Bean coming up for the Tigers. So the 1-1 pitch on its way. Showed bunt, pulls back, ball 2. 2-1 now. The count here to Harmon. Well, as we mentioned, the winner of this will head to Colin. That tournament's scheduled to start Friday. And of course, this time of year, Mother Nature sometimes has other plans, so we'll keep you posted on that. Of course, the winner advances there. The loser, well, they'll pack it up for the year as 3-1 now is the count here to Harmon. A very unique bracket that they've switched to this year, as there's 2 play-in games. Today's game, and then I believe Gulf Coast and Northwest are playing tomorrow at Gulf Coast. That pitch in there for a strike. 3-2 now is the count. The winner of that game will advance to the Jones 4-team bracket. That's the double elimination tournament there at Jones. And Colin, the number 1 seed. So waiting the 3-2 pitch here from Shaw. And that one high for a ball. And that will walk Harmon. And so the 2-out walk issued. That is the 3rd walk of the game there for Shaw. And now this will bring Sydney Bean to the plate. She walked in her only plate appearance so far in the contest. So the Indians looking for the exit here. Northeast looking to extend the inning with a 2-out hit here. Infield creeping in on the left side. You see Smith creeping up there at 3rd. And swing and a miss there for strike 1. I tell you, you got to be brave mixed with a touch of crazy to play third base, especially without a mask over there coming in as tight as Jesse does. And that just goes for anybody, not just Jesse. A lot braver than I am. 0-1 pitch coming. Runner goes. Throw down is not in time. Good call. Throw was high. The tag was high, so she was able to get the lower body on the bag by the time the tag was applied. So that will be a stolen base there for Harmon. The pitch was called a strike. So 0-2 now is the count here on Sydney Bean. And now third base coach wants to call time and maybe try to get everybody on the same page here. 0-2 is the count. There's a runner at second after the stolen base by Harmon. And so ICC is also going to take an opportunity to kind of gather up and talk here. Again, remind you to join us for graduation. If you can't make the trip here to Fulton, you can watch right here on the Red Channel, Let's Go ICCTV.com. A full day of graduations coming your way. And so now they've broken up the conversation. ICC will break their huddle and we'll reset here with a 0-2 count to Sydney Bean. 2 outs here in the top of the second. And a runner at second. That was Bree Harmon, who stole the base. So waiting the 0-2 count here. And that one in the dirt. Not a bad spot to miss. See if you couldn't get her to chase one there. If she was able to make contact, would have more than likely just been a foul ball. 1-2 now is the count here to Sydney Bean. Shaw in the circle. 1-2 pitch on its way. That one high and outside. 2-2 now is the count. Doing a welcome to the members of the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation board members as they're having their meeting tonight, watching this during their meal. So we hope they're enjoying the meal and having a good evening over there on the hill, as they say here at ICC. This pitch popped up, and it's going to be snagged over there by the shortstop. It was one of those Didn't know if it was going to get over her head, but a nice play to end the inning and get the Indians out of another jam. We'll head to the bottom of the second, but before we do that, let's take a timeout, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports
Ankle
Network.
sprains are one of the most common sports injuries, with an estimated 25,000 occurring every day in the United States. Sprains can happen with any sport, including just walking across the yard. Ankle sprains are most common in ball sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball, and others. As with any injury, your body quickly sends blood to start healing the process, which leads to the swelling. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, known as RICE, is a good way to treat an ankle sprain. This decreases the swelling, lessens your pain, and allows your body to heal the injury. Studies have shown that the sooner you return to activity, the better and typically the faster you will recover. Depending on the amount of injury to the ligaments, it may be days, weeks, or even months to return to high-intensity sports. Sometimes recovery may be slow, but if it gets better day by day or week by week, you are on the right path. If the ankle seems to stop improving and you just can't get back to your activities, then it's time to come see us at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Remember, our story is you.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the second inning, where to be the 8-9-1 batters due up here for ICC. And so 1-1 is the score here after the solo home run off the bat of Maddie Holcomb to start the top half of the inning. ICC will send Hallie Turner, Camden Cooper, and Allie Beckley to the plate here in the bottom half of the second. That pitch in there for a strike. Appreciate those that have tuned in today, especially those that like to correct people on things. As 0-1 now is the count. That pitch high. 1-1 now is the count here to Hallie Turner. Hallie playing shortstop, made that last jumping play to get the Indians out of the inning. As that pitch just missing outside, 2-1 now is the count. You've got Riley Tittle in the circle here, as she's working with a 2-1 count to Hallie Turner. Turner awaiting the 2-1 offering here. That pitch runs up high for a ball. So I've been telling you we'll talk about the new bracket for the tournament this year. Of course, there is a single elimination play-in games, the number 8 and number 9 seeds, which you're watching here between ICC and Northeast. ICC, the 8 seed, Northeast, the 9 seed, is that to be a walk issued there to Turner. The winner of this game will slide into the Co-Lin bracket. And then you've got Gulf Coast and Northwest, the number 7 versus number 10 play-in game. The winner of that game will advance to the Jones double elimination bracket. So you'll have those games being played at Jones as well as Co-Lin, as this is Camden Cooper at the plate, the second baseman. As 0-1 is the count now here to Cooper. So, yeah, so those teams will play, and the winner of each bracket will advance to the region championship game. As a big swing and a miss there for Cooper. 0-2 now is the count. And the unique thing about that championship game is both those teams have already qualified for the the World Series. So I believe the championship game, which is scheduled for May 11th, may only be a one-game series, as there's a swing and a miss. Cooper going down, swinging at all 3 pitches there. That is the second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Tittle. But don't quote me on those championship games. I haven't looked that far ahead. And so now with 1 out and a runner at first, this is Allie Beckley at the plate. Beckley reached and advanced on an error to start the bottom of the first, eventually came around to score on a ground out by Jessie Smith. She takes that pitch in there for a strike. So 0-1 now is the count here to Beckley. Beckley playing in center field. Had played right field for most of the season, then moved into center after the injury to Day Jones, as there's a swing and a miss for strike 2 here for Beckley. So Tittle starting to roll here in the bottom of the second, has thrown 5 pitches, and all 5 pitches have results in strikes. Here to the last 2 batters. This one popped up. It's going to drop. Takes a funny spin. They try to go to second. It gets into the outfield. And so now they're going to try to score the run, and they will. Beckley will take a 3-bagger here, and ICC retakes the lead off the error. Second time Beckley today has reached on an error. And ICC now leads it 2-1. And so now Coach Long wants to come out and talk to the home plate umpire here about something. It was just a very brief conversation. And so Beckley, who reached on the error, had the wherewithal to advance to third. That was Turner, who scored on the throwing error if she was attempted to be thrown out at second. So 2-1 now is the score. That pitch in there for a strike to Martin. Tamaya singled, stole the base, but was left stranded. Back in the first inning, ICC left the bases loaded. There's going to be a grounder to the shortstop, and this is going to be another effective out there. And they call her safe. An infield single by Tamaya Martin drives in the run, and ICC cashes in on the error there. And so now ICC leads it 3-1. I lost track of the infield umpire. Couldn't necessarily see because when I turned, I looked directly into the sun. And so now the infield umpire is going to get together and have a brief conversation. And so the home plate umpire is going to dust off the plate and let everybody gather themselves here. There's 1 out in the inning. ICC has got 2 runs on the board, and now this is going to be Jessie Smith, who grounded out last time but did drive in a run. Runner goes. Throw down is not in time as it gets out to the outfield. And Martin gets her second steal of the game. So Martin moves into scoring position. Smith with a 1-0 count, as we said, grounded out 4-3 in her previous at bat. That pitch missing low for a ball. 2-0 now is the count. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. This ball hammered to the right side. Right fielder's going to give chase, but it's going to get out of play. And that'll be strike 1. Well, it had the distance, just not quite straight enough to get out of the ballpark there as it went over the bullpen down the right field line. 2-1 now is the count here to Jessie Smith. Indians have scored 2 here in the bottom of the second to lead 3-1. And swing and a miss there. Good pitch by Tittle to get Smith to reach out and chase one out of the zone. Evens the count up now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second here for the Indians. Smith going to have to protect the plate here. Awaiting the 2-2 offering. There's a ground ball to the right side for 3 on the putout, but the runner does advance in that situation. So kind of works like a unintended sacrifice bunt there as Martin to third now. This is going to bring up Riley Tyree. Tyree singled on a very interesting hit last time. It was a ball that kind of hit the ground, rolled down the third base line, and refused to go foul. Everybody kind of paused for a second, including the batter, anticipating the ball to go foul. It never did, and Riley reached safely. So now with 2 outs and a runner at third, Tyree swings on this one, but right at the first baseman, blocked it up. Great play over there at first by Rogers, as that will keep him run off the board. But ICC does score 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We played 2 here in Fulton. 3-1 is the score. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
At Little Caesars, get a large custom 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $7.99? Get out of here. This pizza is only $7.99. No way. This is $7.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $7.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Listen, pirate, stop taking my $7.99 pizza. Choose a large custom 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $7.99 when you order online. Only $7.99. What?
Pizza, pizza.
Another great Saturday at college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the third inning. ICC puts 2 runs on the board there after 1 hit and an error along with the walk. ICC leads it 3-1, but right now this game has been pretty much anything you can do, I can do better, as Northeast coming to the plate trailing by 2. They trailed by 1 when they started the top of the second. It was a solo home run by Maddie Holcomb to tie things up, and then ICC answered with a 2 spot on the bottom half of the inning, as this will be the 2-3-4 batters due up here. This will be Minshew, Meeks, and Rogers. This pitch popped up, foul territory, going to give chase, but it'll get out of play for strike 1. 0-1 is the count here to Minshew. She grounded out to the pitcher in her only at bat so far in the game. So looking to redeem herself here. See a lot of students coming out, taking a break from studying for finals this week. This is the last home sporting event of the year here, or I should say the school year here. Of course, the winner of this game advances to the Region 23 tournament. As this pitch popped up back, and it's going to get out of play. 0-2 now is the count. Not going to be the last sporting event for ICC, as the men's tennis team will travel to Plano, Texas the week after graduation to play in the National Tennis Championships out there in Plano. So still got a little meat left on the bone here in the athletic department. 0-2 now is the count. Change up, hangs up. 1-2 now is the count here to Minshew. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no out as Minshew is starting us off here in the top of the third. One-two pitch on its way. Grounder outside. Second baseman's going to have to hurry. Throw over. Is it in time? Yes, it is. Bang, bang play there as Minshew. Great speed for a catcher. Nearly legged that one out. And the call goes in favor of the Indians for out number 1. And now this will bring Ava Meeks to the plate. Meeks playing in center field. Walked in her only at bat so far. She was left stranded back in the first inning. So she'll dig in with 1 out and nobody on. This is that first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 now is the count. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. That is the situation right now here to Meeks. There's nobody on base for the Tigers. They trail it 3-1. Shaw getting set to deliver the pitch. There's a grounder, slowly. Third baseman had it, lost it, and can't find it. And that's going to go for an error. E5 on the play. First error of the afternoon for the Indians. And so now a runner at first with 1 out. And this is going to be Annalise Rogers coming to the plate. One away. Rogers struck out looking in her only at bat so far here in the contest. Looking to redeem herself here with this at bat. Runner at first. Swings on this one, pops it up. Left side, shortstop goes over, squeezes it for the out. Nice job there by Turner, clearly communicating to everyone she had the ball. And reel that one in for out number 2. That was one of those that was in odd no man's land, I guess you could say, as the third baseman could have drifted back. The left fielder could have came up, made a play, but Turner demanded the ball, got the ball, and collected out number 2. And now this will be Sarah Heinman at the plate. She struck out swinging to end the first. 2 outs and a runner at first here for the Tigers. That pitch missing low for a ball. 1-0 now is the count here to the left fielder, Heinman. Shaw in the circle. Trying to get around that 1-out error. As this pitch fouled right back into your living room here. 1-1 now is the count. 2 outs. We're in the top of the third inning. Winner take all contest here. Remember, the softball tournament has gone through so many different changes and corrections. There once upon a time was a best of 3 series to get into the tournament. Then there was just everybody gets into the tournament, and that pitch missing high and outside for a ball. 2-1 is the count. And I guess technically you're in the tournament right now because you're playing to get into the double elimination half of the bracket. So it's the play-in round of the Region 23 tournament here. 2-1 is the count. Swing and a miss, runner goes, throw down is going to be high, and stolen base easily taken there by Meeks. We said Northeast likes to run the bases. Came in, I believe, 245 steals out of 250. That don't sound right, but let me check and see the notes that Blake gave me. Yeah, 224 out of 250 coming into the series. So they like to run, and they have shown it today. Shaw's 2-2 pitch on its way. That one in the dirt, blocked up nicely there. 3-2 now is the count. Now, I will say I do like the format of this bracket because having host previous Region 23 tournaments, hosting 19 games over 3 days is a nightmare, especially if you can get some bad weather here and there, but splitting those games up at 2 locations, I think it's going to be a great thing. 3-2 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there. That is the third of the game for Shaw as that ends the inning and gets out of the inning with no damage done. We'll head to the bottom of the third and take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the third. And again, I know I talked about, me and Dr. Boz talked about it in baseball. Man, they gave so much time between innings in baseball. Typically, we're only able to get about 2 commercials, 2.5 commercials. Well, this one, you got to flip it to the commercial and be ready to go, as these umpires are moving quickly between innings, and I ain't complaining. This is Shaw at the plate, takes a swing at the first one, fouls it off for strike 1. We got a note from Zach Cox, the ICC Wesley director, saying they're going to close the concession stand at 6:15 because they've sold out of everything. That is a good problem to have there. Is that pitch in there for a strike? Of course, it's sophomore night over at the Wesley Foundation, and I know that's going to be a very special night there. Speaking of that, we've got a special friend here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth, Brother Chris, former director of the ICC BSU, coming out to support the girls today. As that pitch missing Low and outside for a ball. Minshew had to stretch out and find that one. So it's Shaw, Thompson, and McLean scheduled up here for the Indians. 1-2 now is the count. No outs here in the bottom of the third. ICC leading it 3-1. Tittle checks the numbers, now delivers. And not a bad spot to miss. You were up in the count, 0-2. Know that Shaw has a very aggressive bat, a very strong bat at that. Trying to get her to chase a couple outside the zone. Now you may have to come in and flirt with a little bit more of the strike zone here on these next couple of pitches. And got her swinging. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there. That is the third of the game for Tittle. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. So now this is going to be Emma Rose Thompson coming to the plate. She's 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout swinging. So she will dig in here with 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the third. Fouls this one straight back. 0-1 now is the count here to Emma Rose. She's a DP here in today's game. Is an outfielder and infielder, so a utility player by trade, if you will. And can't find that one. That pitch way high. And I tell you what, if I swing that hard at a pitch, I'm not moving for the next 2 weeks. My back could have been thrown out. 0-2 now is the count here to Thompson. Looks at that one. Not a bad spot to miss there outside. 1-2 now is the count. So ready the 1-2 pitch here. Pops this one up. Catcher's going to go over and will run underneath it for out number 2. Nice job there. That's not an easy ball to get to. You're looking back towards the sun. It wasn't a high pop-up. Didn't have enough time to disregard her mask. And was able to run out, catch it, and secure it for out number 2. So now with 2 away, this is going to be Chloe McLean coming to the plate. Chloe is catching here in today's game. Trying to spark a 2-out rally here with a base hit. Tittle trying to get the first 3-up, 3-down inning for either team today, as that pitch runs inside and high for a ball. Indians up 3-1 here. We're in the bottom of the third. Still a lot of time and innings to play in this one. This game was originally scheduled for 3 o'clock, but after the rains kind of got pushed back a little bit later in the forecast, swing and a miss, or actually fouled it off. 1-1 now is the count. But after the rains kind of got pushed back a little bit later in the forecast, they wanted to give the field some optimal time to dry out, so they pushed it back to the 5 o'clock start. And I know there's probably some fans that appreciated that, to be able to get a little bit more of the work day in before having to come to the ballpark. 1-1 now is the count here to McLean. Hits this one to the right side, but it's going to go foul and out of play. 1-2 now will be the count here on Chloe. Chloe popped up to the shortstop in her only at bat so far. There's 2 outs and nobody on here. And this one reaches out for it. Puts that one into the bullpen, and we'll stay at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. McLean in the box now, waiting the pitch here for Tittle. Gets the numbers, asks him to go through it again now. McLean will step out of the box and reset. 1-2 pitch. And that one, well, just slipped out of her hand a little too soon as it hops across home plate. 2-2 now is the count. You know, it's a hotter than normal day, so you imagine the pitchers in a very tense situation could easily lose the grip on a ball like that. As that pitch high, 3-2 now is the count. So McLean can either find a hit or get a walk in this situation, as the payoff pitch will be coming from Tittle. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, ICC leading it 3-1 here over Northeast. And there's strike 3. Beautiful pitch, a breaking pitch that just slid right in that back door and found out number 3. That's the 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Tittle. As we played 3, ICC leads it 3-1. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the fourth inning. ICC leads it 3-1 after a 3-up, 3-down inning there in the bottom of the third. Now it will be the 6, 7, 8 batters due up here for Northeast. You got to be careful, as this is Maddie Holcomb. She had a solo home run to start the second inning that tied the game at 1. ICC answered with 2 runs in the bottom of the second to have this 3-1 lead here as we move now to the fourth. Julia Shaw still in the circle here for the Indians. She's got 3 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the day. That pitch clips the edge for a strike, and that's what Julia likes to do. She likes to work that outer edge. Couldn't find that zone early on, but has adapted and either earned a little bit more space off the edge or has brought it in enough for the umpire's liking. 0-1 now is the count here to Holcomb. That pitch, well, that one tried a little bit too much on the outside. Holcomb a good eye to hold off on that one. Holcomb the DP here in the only game this evening. As I say, I'm also accustomed to say the first of 2 games, but winner takes all in this one tonight here in Fulton. Shaw set to deliver the 1-1 pitch. This one popped up. Second baseman Cooper drifts over and reels that one in for out number 1. So a very dangerous out there as Holcomb is retired. This will bring up Savage to the plate. She grounded out 5-3 in her only at bat so far. She's batting in that 7th spot, playing over at third base. And so she will dig in here with 1 out and nobody on in the top of the fourth. This game's scheduled for 7. There's 1 out. Shaw getting set to deliver the pitch. And this one's pulled foul. Strike 1 here to Savage. Well, this is the text message I've been looking for all day today. Steve Diffie checking in. He says, not pulling for either team. He's just watching. Of course, he's the SID down at Holmes. He has the MACCCC package on YouTube TV. He watches every game there is out there. 0-1 pitch in the dirt. 1-1 now is the count. Appreciate Steve and everyone that's tuned in today. Of course, we've heard from the Thompsons and Skate and her parents, along with Coach Andy Kirk as well. So got a good many people tuning in, as always, here to ICC softball. That pitch missing low. 2-1 now is the count here to Savage. Like McLean just needed a second, as that one may have kind of skipped up and hit her that time. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here for the Tigers. Top of the fourth inning. 3-1 ICC with the lead. This pitch popped up back, and it's going to bounce off the netting and come back onto the field. Now the count will even up at 2-2. But if you're watching, do hit us up on Twitter. You can win a free shout-out. We talked about the Alumni Association and Foundation group meeting tonight. Were watching the game during supper. I believe they've moved into their meetings right now. So waiting the 2-2 offering here from Shaw. That one outside, couldn't get her to chase. Good eye on the part of Savage that time. So now the count will go full at 3-2. And missing low, so that'll be a walk. A one-out walk issued there to Savage. Nice at bat by Savage. Able to foul off a pitch and keep the AB alive. And does earn the walk. And now this will be Caitlin Carnathan coming to the plate. She grounded out to third for the second out of the second inning. And so she'll dig in here with one out and a runner at first. Indians leading this one 3-1 here in the top of the fourth inning. Carnathan playing shortstop for the Tigers. Swings on this pitch, pops it up, and it's going to be out to the center fielder. Beckley reels it in, will throw it back in. Runner unable to advance in that situation. And now there's 2 outs in the inning, and this is going to bring Bree Harmon to the plate. Harmon came to the plate in the same situation last time, 2 outs, but only nobody was on base. This time she has a runner at first, and she drew a walk, stole a base, but was left stranded in scoring position. That was in the second. 3-1 is the count, top of the fourth, 2 outs, runner at first here for the Tigers. That pitch missing on the outer edge for a ball. Some of the ICC fans wanted that one, but I agree, good call that time by the home plate umpires. That one just peeled off a little bit too soon. 1-0 now is the count here to Harmon. ICC 3, Northeast 1, and a winner-take-all here in the play-in round of the Region 23 tournament. That pitch outside, snap throw back down to first, not in time. So it looked like just a little bit of a pitch out there. 2-0 now is the count here to Bree Harmon. Harmon playing second base for the Tigers. Well, if you see me tomorrow, you'll probably think I look like Two-Face out of the Batman comic book series, as I'm sitting with one half of me in the sun, the other half not so much, and I'm cooking. That pitch, called a strike. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at first. Tigers trailing ICC 3-1 here in the top of the fourth inning. And another quick pitch down. We said Northeast likes to be aggressive. Well, we talk about that, and then Chloe McLean, she likes to throw behind batters a lot of times, and this season she's retired at least 4 or 5 that way. So now the count goes 3-1 here to Bree Harmon. So got to be careful here with Harmon. She's already drawn 1 walk. Just don't want to leave her too much over the plate in this situation. 3-1 pitch coming. That one runs inside for a strike. 3-2 now is the count. Nice pitch there by Shaw, as Harmon taking the whole way that time. Now the count goes 3-1. So waiting the payoff pitch here. Runner will go on the pitch. 3-2 pitch coming. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Huge Renaissance Bank strikeout there to end the inning. The 4th of the game there for Shaw. We'll take a break. Let's hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the 4th inning for ICC. It'll be the 8-9-1 batters due up. It'll be Turner, Cooper, and then back to the top of the lineup in Beckley for ICC is Turner. No official at bat so far. She walked but did score a run back in that 2-run second for the Indians. ICC leading it 3-1, but as you know, in this game between the rivals, no lead is a safe lead, so you want to be able to cash in on any and every opportunity you get to put runs on the board. ICC left bases loaded in the bottom of the first. As that pitch missing low and outside from Tittle for ball 1. We do invite you to follow us on your favorite social media platform, Let's Go ICC, and visit letsgoicc.com. We'll soon have our ball games loaded on YouTube, so you can go back and watch some games throughout the season. Of course, you can search Let's Go ICC on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel while you're there. As that pitch fouled back, 1-1 now is the count here to Turner. Turner pops this one up, and it's going to get back off the netting. And the count now will go 1-2. Well, absolute beautiful day for softball. As we said, unusually hot out at the ballpark for this time of year. As we await the 1-2 pitch, and Turner calls time. It looks like Tittle was having some issues with maybe the number getting to her. As this one ripped up the middle, and that's going to go for a base hit. Nicely done there by Turner. 4th hit of the game for ICC. As the Indians have got 2 hits out of Tamaya Martin, 1 from Riley Tyree, and then that hit there for Turner. And so now this will be Cooper. Cooper struck out swinging at all 3 pitches she saw last time. This time fouls it back with more of a slap type hit. 0-1 is the count here to Cooper. Cooper playing second base. If she's from Louisiana, so a lot of times her family doesn't get the chance to make the trip up. If they're watching, we hope her family's doing well back there in Louisiana. There's a swing and a miss there for strike 2. 0-2 now here is the count to Cam Cooper. So Camden going to have to guard the dish here with the 0-2 count. Fouls this one off. And we'll sit at 0-2 once again. Turner is at first after a line drive single back up the middle to start the inning. This is Cooper at the plate here. It lifts this one. It's going to foul and out of play. And we'll stay at 0-2 once again. So no balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. Runner at first here for the Indians. They lead it 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning over Northeast. And that pitch runs inside, nearly hitting Cooper. Matter of fact, don't know how that one didn't hit her. Has a great job there as well by Minshew, as that one could have been a bad situation, allow the runner to advance, but Minshew has been solid behind the plate for the Tigers this evening. Ground ball left side, shortstop gets it. She's going to go for 1. Are they going to get 2? No, they will not. That'll be a fielder's choice. 6-4 on the putout of Turner. And now with 1 out of the inning, we go back to the top part of the lineup here. Or is Allie Beckley coming to the plate. Beckley has reached twice on errors. So the infield, wow, I was going to say the infield coming in, but they're already in. Beckley is a switch hitter now. She does slap hit and can hit for power on the right side. Lays that bunt down. It goes foul for strike 1. Again, just all the kudos in the world to third basemen in softball. Because they can show bunt, and then they can lean back and slap hit it. Just like that. That's going to be up the middle, and they're going to go to second for 1. No, it gets away. So that was a fielder's choice, but again, an error. So now this will bring Tamaya Martin to the plate. And Martin will come to the plate with 1 out. Runners on first and second. She's been red hot today. 1 for 1 with a pair of singles, 2 stolen bases, and an RBI. She was left stranded in both times that she's been to the plate. Or she's been on the base, both times in scoring position. Timeout on the field. Let's take the timeout with them and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
I'm Lenny Howell, your 2024 ICC Most Beautiful, and you're watching the ICC Sports Network.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized puffs packed with cheese, pepperoni, and sauce at only $3.99.
We need to go try these new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Stuff for it! Try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs for only $3.99.
Pizza.
Welcome back as the umpire breaking up the huddle there for Northeast as they're wanting to talk things over in this situation. As we mentioned, Tamaya Martin 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of singles and an RBI. There's only one out so far here in the inning. ICC would love to tack on an insurance run here in the bottom of the fourth. This game's scheduled for 7, but as we said, when ICC and Northeast get together, crazy things tend to happen. We'll go to the wide view to show you how the defense is playing here, and that's going to be a shot up the middle. And the runner ran into the person trying to field the play there, so that is going to be the runner interference for the out. And that's going to get a lot of boo birds over there. And now Coach Long is going to try to say you should get the double play in that situation. And so now they're going to bring in the umpires to talk about whatever Coach Long saw there. And so now they're, so that's a fair case that Brother Chris made. You can't really anticipate that you would have turned that, especially with 3 errors already in the contest. And so the officials talk it over and say the play will stay as it was. Runner interference on the out, so that will retire Martin. And so now this will bring Jesse Smith to the plate with 2 outs. And Smith is grounded out to second in both of her at-bats so far. Swings on that one, and what a play over there at first base. Was able to grab that one and get the out and retire the inning. So that was a big-time out there, as neither team able to put a run on the board there in the fourth. We'll stay at 3-1, take a break, and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to head to the top of the fifth inning here. ICC leading it 3-1. And tell you what, both these teams have had some opportunities to put runs on the board, but these defenses have been solid for the most part today. Of course, Northeast would be like, Gordon, no, we've committed too many errors in this game so far, but ICC has had some opportunities to add some insurance runs. Northeast has had some opportunities to get back in this one, and the defense has said, no, we've got a good pitching duel as well today. Both these pitchers with 4 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the afternoon. Shaw in the circle for ICC, Tittle in the circle for Northeast. This will be the 1-2-3 batters due up here. Bean on the at bat. Takes that first pitch for a strike. She lined out to the shortstop to end the second inning. She walked, but was left stranded back in the first. As that pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Talked about Bean. This is important out for the Indians. She's got a lot of speed. They can make a lot of things happen on the bases, so you want to try to retire Bean to start the inning here, especially when there's nobody in front of her to kind of slow her down a step. There's going to be a flare that's going to get through for a base hit. Nice job there by Sydney Bean to lead off the inning with the hit. Only the second hit of the game there for Northeast. And so now Bean will be on, and as I said, nobody in front of her, and she has set a career high for steal, or excuse me, not a career high, but a school high in steals for Northeast this season, and she's going to look to continue to build on this one. Now this is going to be Haley Minshew. Minshew grounded out to the pitcher, grounded out to second. 0 for 2 on the day here. No outs and a runner at first. That pitch just up for a ball. 1-0 is the count. One ball, no strikes. Minshew at the plate. She's catching here. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 1-1 now is the count. I don't know if Northeast does a single catcher for both games. I know McLean has done that a lot this season, but if you're a catcher today, you're happy there's only one game because it is a scorcher for this time of year. 1-1 now is the count here to Minshew. Shaw's pitch. Swung on and missed there. Strike 2 now. And nice off-speed pitch there. Minshew way ahead of that one. And so now she's behind the count 1-2. We mentioned a runner at first. That's Bean. Away to the 1-2 offering here. This one delivered to center field. Beckley will step underneath it and get the out. For out number 1 here in the inning, the runner had to head back to first. And so with one away now, this will be Ava Meeks coming to the plate. Meeks walked, reached on an error, stole a base, but was left stranded in both those situations. And so now she will dig in with 1 out and a runner at first. And Bean, who started the inning off with a single. Shaw still in the circle here for the Indians. That pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count now here to Ava Meeks. 1 ball. No strikes. 1 out. Runner at first for Northeast. They trail it 3-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Runner goes. Throw down is not going to be in time. Nice job of just making sure that one didn't get to the outfield. And that'll be a stolen base for Bean. So we'll double check, make sure the umpire does call it a 2-0 count if he'll show here, and he does. He's done a good job of that today. A lot of times you see him kind of just put it in front of their face, but he's had the extended show of his counts, and as a broadcaster, greatly appreciate that. That pitch in there for a strike. 2-1 now is the count here to Ava Meeks. She's playing in center field. 0 for 1 of the day. She walked back in the first inning and reached on an error, stole the base in the third, but was left stranded. 2-1 pitch coming from Shaw. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Big, healthy swing out of Meeks that time. Evens the count up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, runner at second. This is a tying run at the plate here in the top of the 5th. Shaw getting set to deliver the pitch. This one ripped up the middle. Shortstop gets it, lifts the runner back to second. Throw over in time. Tech split sticks to 3 out with the runner at second there. Good job by Turner to look the runner back to second so she wouldn't be able to advance on the play. 2 away now. Of course, when we talk about Hallie, she's taking her game to Goldie Beacom next year. That is in Delaware. I know Her family is proud of her, and this is the second player ever in the history of the ICC softball program to play in the state of Delaware. Lara Andrews played at the University of Delaware. She is actually on the national team for New Zealand and is trying to advance to the Olympics as the captain of that team out in New Zealand. So as we called her back in the day, Zealand, we wish her the best of luck in trying to accomplish that dream. And so now with 2 outs and a runner at second, this is going to be Annalise Rogers. 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout looking and a fly out to short, basically in shallow left field in her last at bat. Shaw in the circle. That pitch. Missing low. As Chloe kind of showed it for the umpire when the coaches asked where the pitch was, she said it was low. 1-0 is the count. This time a little overcorrection. 2-0 is the count now to Annalise Rogers. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. We're in the top of the 5th. This game scheduled for 7. Winner take all this evening here in Fulton as they'll advance to the double elimination part of the bracket of the Region 23 tournament. As that pitch missing low once again, and McLean looked like she kind of liked that pitch but didn't get the call. And now the count goes 3-0. So you feel like the red light will be on here for Rogers. But she's batting in that 4 spot, so she may get a little bit of freedom to swing away here. 3-0 pitch. And that went in there for a strike. She was holding off that time. Now the count goes 3-1. Some of the fans getting a little upset with the strike zone all of a sudden. I haven't seen anything really changing much. Maybe that first pitch a little questionable, but for the most part, everything's been spot on for what he's been calling all day today. Waiting the 3-1 pitch here. This one a flare out to right field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. They're going to try to score the run. They are. And the throw is not going to be in time, and that's going to be a big-time hit there. 3-2 now is the score. As that's going to go an RBI single there for Rogers. And that will score Bean. Bean at second. You knew that run was going to score. She has got speed to burn. And so that makes it a 1-run contest. Tying run now at first. And this is going to be Sarah Heinman coming to the plate. Sarah with a pair of strikeouts swinging to end the first and end the third. Indians hope she can get to do the same here in the 5th. That pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 now is the count to Sarah Heinman. So no balls, 1 strike. Pitch in the dirt. Blocked up nicely there. As now the count evens up at 1-1 here to the left fielder Heinman. Appreciate Jason Williams coming out. Shoot some highlights you can see tonight at 10 o'clock on WTVA News. Jason doing a great job for us here in Northeast Mississippi. Appreciate him as that pitch missing outside. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at first here for the Tigers. That pitch missing inside. Nice frame job, but that one was a little low and inside, and the ICC natives getting restless. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Heinman. Shaw getting set to deliver the pitch here. And that one outside for a ball, and it's going to be a walk. So now runners at first and second. Tying run now in scoring position here for the Tigers. And they're going to come up and kind of talk things over here. Northeast going to as well, so let's take a quick timeout here from Guaranty Bank.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back as we're in the top of the 5th inning. 3-2 is the score Northeast has scored 1 in the inning. They do have runners at first and second. And this is a big-time at-bat right here, as this is Maddie Holcomb. She had a solo home run that was on a line drive out to left field. Then she popped up to second in her last at-bat. Shaw struggling a little bit to find the zone here. Tying run is at second here for the Tigers. We're in the top of the 5th. Big moment in the ball game here for both squads. Shaw toes the rubber, gets the signal, and sets to deliver. That pitch in there for a strike. Don't know if she missed her spot, but McLean had to come back in to get that one right down the middle. 0-1 now is the count. Shaw with 4 Renaissance Bank strikeouts so far this evening. 0-1 pitch. That one missing low. Not a bad spot to miss there, as you saw. Holcomb thought about chasing, held off that time. Good eye on the part of Holcomb. 1-1 now is the count here to the DP, batting in the 6th spot. Runners at first and second, tying run at second. ICC leading at 3-2 here in the top of the 5th. This pitch popped up, back, and it's going to get out of play over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Remind you, if you would like to contribute to ICC athletics, you can do so by joining the Indian Club. Visit iccms.edu/Indian Club. Select the sports you would like to support, or if you like the broadcast today, you can support sports information. We'd appreciate that. 1-1 pitch. That one looked like it kind of bounced off her hip. The throw down to first is not in time. Boy, that was close. Tyree checking on the first base runner as the tag kind of popped her in the face that time, making sure she was okay. Let her know she didn't do it on purpose. There's a grounder, shortstop gets it, throw over is in time, a big time out there. Record that one 6-3, and that was not an easy play there for Turner with the runner cutting in front of her there. ICC finds the exit in a timely manner. They lead it 3-2. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. ICC need to pick up a few more runs of their own here. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. ICC leading this one 3-2 after a big put out there to get out of the inning with the tying run in scoring position for the Indians. This is going to be Riley Tyree at the plate, batting in the 4th spot. She's playing first here in the, again, I'm trying to say first game of the day, but it is the only game of the evening here in Fulton. She's 1 for 2, had a single on her first at bat, grounded out to the first baseman in her last at bat. As there's a ground ball up the middle, second baseman can't get to it, and that's going to be the second hit of the day for Riley Tyree. Clutch hit there for the sophomore. We mentioned she'll be going to Montevallo in Alabama after her time is done here at ICC, and I always take time to brag on. We got good, always got good kids, but Riley's one of those that every time she sees me, she wants to wave, she speaks, even if she has to go out of her way to do so, and that always leaves a big impression on you. And this is Julia Shaw, who fouls this one back and for strike one, and she's another one of those kids that always makes her way out of her way to come speak, whether it be in the cafeteria or passing in the hallways, as she tried to put that one on the football field. 0-1 is the count here to Shaw. Indians lead it 3-2. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Shaw, that one's off the hands, and Tigers going to try to turn two. They will not do so, as that'll be a fielder's choice. 4-6 on the putout, and that was a tough one there, as that one almost sounded like it came off her hands. As it looks like we're going to have maybe a change in the lineup here, as Coach Ernest is going to come down and talk to the home plate umpire. There's one out in the inning, as Tyree was erased on the fielder's choice. Or actually, no, we're going to have a runner in. That's what it's going to be, and this is Bri Clemens. Rihanna want to come in and run this situation, and I know I was just bragging on Riley and Julia, but I really got to brag on Clemens. If you don't know how to smile and laugh when you're around her, then you just don't know how to smile and laugh. She is a character with a lot of speed. Thompson fouls this one off for strike one. Emma Rose 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout, and she popped up on a nice play made by the catcher to retire her in a 3-up, 3-down third inning. So 0-1 is the count here to Emma Rose Thompson. Thompson hammers that one, but it goes foul. 0-2 now is the count. There's one out. And a runner at first in Clemens. Emma Rose looking for her first hit of the game here. If she gets something down to the gap in the outfield, Clemens has got the speed to end up at third. This one instead popped back off the netting, and we'll sit at 0-2. Emma Rose, one half of the Water Play Wednesday crew this season, as she came in the second half of the semester, said she wanted to give it a try. She stuck around for a few episodes until softball kind of got in the way of it. As that pitch, is it fouled back or did it hit her? They're going to say it fouled it back. I didn't hear any noise on the play. So that one was running high and inside, so they're going to. And I'm not blaming Coach Long for coming out to ask about this one. And whatever it was, just a very brief conversation there. 0-2 is the count here to Emma Rose. Tittle's in the circle. She was asking for the numbers ran through. They get them to her now. And there's strike three. Got her on the corner. Good looking pitch there by Tittle to get the second out of the inning. That is her fifth Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. So now with 2 outs in the inning, this is going to bring Chloe McLean to the plate. Chloe is 0 for 2 on the day, struck out in her last at-bat, popped up to the shortstop in her first. Stands in and takes that pitch for a strike. Well, Tittle has done a great job of kind of settling down later in the game here. She was roughed up and had a few errors behind her defensively, but she has been solid in the circle since. And a beautiful off-speed pitch there. 0-2 now is the count. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. McLean, grounder, first base side. First baseman will get it, step on the bag, and that'll do it. Indians couldn't come up with an insurance run there as we played 5. It's 3-2. Don't you dare go anywhere, folks. We've got a good one brewing here. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
This is a place to create your future. And when you get here, you realize you're not alone. You meet new people and make connections. It's not always about knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's about finding your own way. It's working together to build something bigger than ourselves. It's hard work, but lots of fun. We come for the quality education, but we leave with an unparalleled experience. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Ooh, these new Little Caesars Crazy Pops are fun size, so you can eat them anywhere. Keep those hands at 10 and 2.
Enjoy Little Caesars Crazy Pups on the go for just $3.99.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as well, I can talk about the break that the umpires just take because Powerade is a Coca-Cola product, and Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works is a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics here on the ICC Sports Network, as it is a hotter than normal day this time of year, so umpires grab the Powerade there in between the innings and take a little extra time as getting hydrated here as we move now to the top of the sixth. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up here for the Tigers. 3-2 is the score. Goodwin Brewing here in Fulton. Winner take all here between ICC and Northeast. As that pitch missing low for a ball, 1-0 is the count here to Madeline Savage. The winner of this game will advance to the Region 23 double elimination part of the bracket. Madeline Savage is 0 for 1 today with the walk. She walked in her last at bat. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to the third baseman, Savage. Shaw's in the circle. She's working with a 3-2 lead here in favor of the Indians in the top of the sixth. That pitch high for a ball, 2-1 now is the count. So Julia's going to go back to the chalk and try to just get her hand to dry. As we said, it's already a hot day. Doesn't take much to start losing the grip on that softball. As this pitch popped up, left fielder's going to go back, and it's gone. It's a solo home run, second one of the day, and it's a big one as that ties the contest. 3-3 as that one was traveling, got up high enough and found its way out of the ballpark, and we're tied now at 3 with no outs here in the top of the sixth, and we're going to have a call to the bullpen brought to you by Guaranteed Bank. We'll take a break and introduce you to the new pitcher here for the Indians right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3-3 is the score here after that solo home run off the bat of Madeline Savage. The Indians do have a call to the bullpen here. New pitcher in the game is Alyssa Clift. She's a freshman that has a record of 7-8 on the season. She has pitched 98 and 2/3 innings and given up 102 hits, 73 runs, 58 of those earned. She has walked 33, struck out 86, and has a 4.11 ERA. So she will be coming in a brand new ball game after that solo home run by Madeline Savage. We're tied at 3 here in this winner-take-all contest. We've mentioned it numerous times throughout the day. The winner of this contest will advance to the double elimination round of the Region 23 tournament hosted by Colin. And it's going to be Caitlin Carnathan that will welcome Clift to the contest here. Carnathan is 0 for 2 on the day. A ground out to first and a fly out to center, and both of her at bats so far in the contest. That pitch missing low and outside for Clift. Well, a tough situation to come in here if you're Clift. As Northeast bats have gotten hot, they only had 1 hit through 4 innings and gotten 3 over the last inning plus. There's going to be a little flared on the liner right to Cam Cooper. Nice job there defensively by Cam to reel that one in and get the out for out number 1. So with 1 away now, this is going to bring Bree Harmon to the plate. Unless the Tigers making a change as they're huddling up down there around the third base coach. Looks like Coach Ernest is also wanting to come out and talk to the maybe home plate umpire in this situation. She's going to ask if they're making any changes or what the situation is there. It was almost like a basketball timeout taken the way everybody was huddled around the third base coach. As this is Bree Harmon now at the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. She walked, stole a base, was left stranded back in the second. She struck out to end the fourth. That pitch on the corner for a strike. So 0-1 now is the count here to Harmon. She's playing second this evening here in Fulton. Clift in the circle here for ICC. That one, fastball in there for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here to Harmon. She showed bunt that time, tried to pull it back. The pitch was in there for a strike. 0-2 now, the count here to Harmon. Clift getting the signal, now set to deliver. That pitch, not a bad spot to miss, a little high and outside that time. 1-2 now is the count here to Harmon. 3-3 is your score. We're in the top of the 6th here in this winner-take-all contest between ICC and Northeast. That one jammed her. It's going to be a tough play. Going to toss it over to second. Is it in time? Yes, it is. That was not an easy play there. So record that one 3-4 as Cooper doing her job. If she would have hesitated off the bat there, wouldn't have been able to get there. Doing as your coach. Cam looking good there to get that out. 3-4 for those of you scoring at home, and now we send it back to the top part of the lineup in Sydney Bean. So I was adjusting my notes. That pitch missing for a ball. Clift in the circle, Bean at the plate here for Northeast. 1-0 pitch on its way, and that one high and outside. 2-0 now is the count here to Bean. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. The speedster, Cindy Bean, at the plate here for the Tigers. Alyssa Clift in the circle here for the Indians. This pitch fouled off, out of play. 2-1 now will be the count here to the right fielder, Sydney Bean. So she'll take an extended step out of the bat and walk back now. 2-1 is the count. And she fouls this one off. Good pitch there as she anticipated the slap hit as that one just rolled in on her hands. Fouled it off, and now the pitch will, or excuse me, the count goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 3-3 is the score here in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Another clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there, but that's the first of the game for Clift as ICC, with minimum damage done there, it is a 3-3 contest now as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the 6th inning. ICC in Northeast, as we said, anticipated an instant classic, and we've got one brewing here. 3-3 is your score in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball right to the shortstop, scoops it up, throws it over in time, and that's to retire Turner for the first time today, 6-3 on the putout of Hallie Turner. And now this will be Camden Cooper coming to the plate here for the Indians. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That's what you want if you're Tittle for Northeast. Is Lady Mo's kind of shifting towards the black and gold right now. Cooper 0 for 2 on the day, reached on a fielder's choice, also struck out. Swings on that one to the shortstop. Bad hop, tough throw across the way is in time. Tough call there, but the umpire right on top of that one. Bang, bang play, not going the way of the Indians. That would have been one of those, if he called him out, I could agree with. If he called her safe, I could agree with. That's how close it was, and unfortunately for ICC fans, that call did not go in their favor. And so now here's Allie Beckley. She has been on base 3 times, and all 3 times she has caused havoc because she has reached on an error. Infield's going to be coming in here to Beckley. Swings and misses, strike 1. 3-3 is your score. We're in the bottom of the 6th. There's 2 outs. Northeast trying to get back to the dugout, see if they can get the bats that have woken up here of late back to the plate, see if they can take their first lead of the day. That ball up the middle, shortstop gets it, throw across the way. What a beautiful play. 6-3 on the putout of Beckley. Back-to-back assist there by the shortstop, and that last one was about as pretty as they get by Carnathan. ICC goes 3 up, 3 down there in the bottom of the 6th. We'll take a timeout. Be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Welcome back. Now as we head to the top of the 7th inning, ICC 3, Northeast 3. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 batters. As a matter of fact, that's where both teams will be here in the 7th inning. So right where you want to be. It's going to figure out who can find a way or who wants it more here. Late in this contest, we're in the top of the 7th inning. 3-3 is the score. Haley Minshew, Ava Meeks, and Annalise Rogers at the plate here for the Tigers. Alyssa Cliff in the circle. First pitch high for a ball to Minshew. Minshew is 0 for 3 on the day. She grounded out to the pitcher in her first at bat, grounded out to second, and then also flew out to center. So waiting the 1-0 pitch here for Clift. Big swing and a miss. 1-1 now is the count. Clift relieved Shaw, who went 5+ innings. All 3 runs on the day belonging to Shaw. And all 3 are earned. So 1-1 now is the count here to Clift. This pitch fouled off, out of play. 1-2 now is the count. Do have a new right fielder for ICC. That's Emma Rose Thompson out there in right field. And so 1-2 now is the count here to Minshew. That pitch outside. Couldn't get her to chase there. Evens the count up now at 2-2. Well, the shadows starting to stretch across the field here as the sun starts to tuck itself away behind the Tin Tom Waterway here in Fulton. 2-2 pitch on its way. Grounder. Second baseman gets it and underhand tosses over for the out. Second time today that Minshew has grounded out to Cooper. 1 away now here in the top of the 7th. So now this is Ava Meeks, the center fielder, scheduled up. And it is still going to be the case here for Ava, coming to the plate with 1 out and nobody on. It's that pitch in there for a strike. I talk about the sun setting behind the trees because it finally is no longer cooking me here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth as it's dipped behind some of the trees out there near the highway. 0-1 is the count. Now make it 0-2 as that foul ball gets that way and goes towards the basketball courts. 0-2 now is the count here to Ava Meeks. She walked in her first at bat, reached on a error, then stole a base, but was left stranded back in the third and then grounded out 6-3 in her most recent trip to the plate. And they're going to say she went, strike 3. Well, they appealed to first but didn't need it. The home plate umpire said yes, she did go. And that is the second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Alyssa Clift. Renaissance Bank, find out what's next by visiting renaissancebank.com. And now this is going to be Annalise Rogers to the plate. She had an RBI single her last trip. So she's 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. That pitch high for a ball. 1-0 now is the count here to the first baseman, Rogers. She's made some pretty good plays over there at first today, as there have been a lot more balls that normally are hit that way that have come her way, and she has played solid over there at first base. Is that pitch in there for a strike? 1-1 now is the count here to Rogers. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the inning. 1-1 pitch, and that went outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to Rogers. 2-1 the count, top of the 7th, 3-3 ICC and Northeast here in this winner-take-all contest. Ground ball up the middle. Cooper gets it and bobbles it, though. And that's going to go for an error as she had enough time, but the ball kind of was hit hard, so it got into her breadbasket, and when she went to make that exchange, just couldn't hold on to the ball, and Coach Ernest is going to come out there and check on her second baseman to make sure she's okay, as she's going to talk to Cooper and we'll give her a chance to kind of catch her breath. And so an interesting situation coming up here for Northeast. You've got Sarah Hyman scheduled up. We'll see if that's still going to be the case here for Northeast. And it will be. She is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. She struck out twice. And so now the go-ahead run, potential game-winning run, is at first after that tough play over there by Hyman, or excuse me, by Cooper. This is Hyman actually at the plate here for Northeast. Pitch in the dirt for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here. Right now, if you're Clift, you just worry about the girl in front of you. As we talked about, Northeast likes to run, so wouldn't be surprised if they put someone in motion here to see if they move them in scoring position. 1-0 is the count. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now goes the count here to Sarah Heinman. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 3-3 is the score here in the top of the 7th. Cliff getting set to deliver the pitch. It's on its way. Grounder up the middle, and that one's booted, and then it's missed by the second baseman. Runner's going to go to third, and that one just refused to go to its home there, as that was a tough ball that just ran up the arm of the shortstop. Thought for a second it would have a chance to be scooped up there by Cooper, but the ball kind of hit the dirt and stuck. And so back-to-back errors now by the Indians have opened the door for the Tigers. They've got runners at first and third. And Turner looking at her pitcher saying, I'm okay. And that was just a tough break there. And so still 2 outs in the inning, though. That's the saving grace for the Indians. As runners on the corners here for Northeast. Looks like ICC may take an opportunity to kind of just talk things over here, as Coach Ernest is going to come out and kind of direct the defense. And actually, we may have a pitching change, as looks like, or no, actually, I just wanted to make sure that Turner was okay. I know Turner was a occasional pitcher this season. I just wanted to make sure that she was okay after the ball kind of popped up and hit her in the shoulder there. And so Turner looks like she's okay. And Northeast talking over there down the third baseline. This is a big moment of the ball game, folks. 3-3 is the score. There's 2 outs. The go-ahead run now is at third base after back-to-back errors. And you imagine Northeast will advance the runner to try to move an insurance run in, or maybe even try to force a run down to see if they can score the run that way. A lot of things can happen there with the runner at first. So back-to-back errors by the Indians. And the go-ahead run now at third with 2 outs. And this is Maddie Holcomb at the plate. That pitch missing outside for a ball. Holcomb is 1 for 3 on the day, but that one was a big one, as it was a home run back in the 2nd inning. She is popped up to second and then grounded out to short. Indians trying to find the exit. Tigers trying to find a 2-out hit here. 1-0 is the count here to Holcomb. That pitch high for a ball. 2-0 now is the count here to Maddie, the DP. The runner has not advanced from first yet, but the first base coach just came over and whispered something in her ear. We'll see if she elects to go on this situation. 2-0 pitch. That one high. 3-0 now is the count. Well, you imagine the red light will be on here for Holcomb with this 3-0 count. Cliff just needs to take a deep breath and get refocused here. So waiting the 3-0 pitch here from Cliff. That one in there for a strike. 3-1 now is the count. 2 outs. Go-ahead run is at third here for the Tigers. 3-1 now is the count here to Holcomb. 3-3 is your score here in the top of the 7th in this winner-take-all contest. Awaiting on Cliff's pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Runner goes. And they're going to throw over to third, but gets back safely. Smart play by the Indians to cut that throw off, and then nearly got the runner at third. Had she not had the wherewithal to dive back on the bag, instead of trying, if she would have tried to step on the bag versus diving back, would have been out. So a very smart play there to get underneath the tag. So now the count is full. And time is taken here, and are they switching a runner in this situation? Oh, so her belt broke apparently on that last play. And the ICC fans kind of chirping over this one. getting her belt put back on. As Northeast fans applauding, ICC fans doing the opposite. As the count is full here to Maddie Holcomb. After that delay, 3-2 now is the count with 2 outs. 3-3 is the score here in the top of the 7th. Go ahead run is at third. 3-2 pitch on its way. And it's high for a ball. Bases loaded now here for the Tigers. So we'll reset the drama. 3-3 is your score, top of the 7th. And this is going to be Madeline Savage, who had a home run in her last at bat coming to the plate. Back-to-back errors, 2-out errors by the Indians have put the Indians in this situation. ICC trying to escape with no damage done. The Tigers trying to take the lead. That pitch high for a ball. Snap throw down to third. Not in time. Extremely close there, but you've got to be careful. Don't want to put that ball in the outfield to allow the go-ahead run to score. Drama, drama, drama. All up here in the ICC. That's Alyssa Clift getting set to deliver the 1-0 pitch. 2 outs. That one missing for a ball. ICC fans not liking that one, but I'm telling you folks, he has called that pitch consistently today. And I know that some of the fans out there are a little upset with that one, looking like it was a good pitch. But as I said, he's been in that same spot for that same zone today for both teams, and that's really all you can ask for at the end of the day, even if you like it or not. Probably some of the ICC fans at home saying, Gore, shut your mouth. As 2-0 now is the count. The infield in trying to get refocused here. Bases loaded for Northeast. There's 2 outs. 2-0 is the count, so nowhere to put Savage in this situation. The umpire going to come out and break up the huddle here between the infield of the Indians. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded here for the Indians, and Madeline Savage at the plate here in the top of the 7th. It was a ground out, then a strikeout, then back-to-back errors and a walk. Has got us in this situation here for the Indians in the top of the 7th with 2 outs. 2-0 the count here to Savage. That pitch missing outside, and again the ICC faithful not liking that one, but it was a good call. It was a great frame job by McLean is what the ICC fans are reacting to. As now the count goes 3-0, and boy, if this is a walk here, these ICC fans are going to go irate. 3-0 pitch. That one right down the middle for a strike. And a little bit of sarcasm behind those cheers there from the ICC faithful. 3-1 now is the count. Savage at the plate. She's got a 3-1 count. Bases are loaded in a 3-3 contest here in the top of the 7th. Alyssa Clift getting set to deliver the pitch. And that one right down the middle. Well, you can't blame Northeast for taking those 2 pitches. And so now the count goes full here. 3-2 is the count. High drama here in the top of the 7th. 3-3 is your score. 3-2 the count, 2 outs. Bases loaded for the Tigers. ICC faithful getting behind Clift. Line driving gets through, and that's going to go for a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score, and a clutch 2-out single off the bat of Madeline Savage. It is now 5-3 Northeast. Well, all you can do is tip your cap there to Savage, as she was in a very tight situation there. Delivered a single out to right field. They were running on the pitch. 2 runs scored, and it's now 5-3 in favor of the Tigers here in the top of the 7th. And man, those 2 errors have come back to haunt the Indians in a big way here. Savage headed to the dugout, so I assume they're going to run for her here, as there'll be runners on the corners. As this will be number 23 coming in to run. That's Ella Job. So Ella Job will come in to run. And here's the thing, the Indians still looking for that 3rd out to get out of the inning here. There is still a runner at 3rd. Northeast would love to pick up that insurance run there, but this is going to be Carnathan. Carnathan struggled a little bit defensively, but came back there in the 6th and had 3 great plays as this pitch fouled back for strike 1. But she had 3 great plays on 3 up, 3 down inning back in the 6th. And so now the Tigers up in this one 5-3 here in the top of the 7th. Cliff's pitch. Outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. But it was the bat of Madeline Savage. That's the difference in the game right now. She had a solo home run in the 6th and then drove in 2 runs to give them the lead. So she tied the contest and eventually gave the Tigers the lead. That pitch high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 7th here in this winner-take-all contest. ICC needs to find the exit and see if they can find some bats in the bottom half of the inning. That pitch high for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. So 5-3 is the score. 3-1 is the count. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Runners on the corners here for the Tigers. Cliff's pitch. Right back up the middle. Cliff finds it, zips it over in time. 1-3 for the putout, but not before the Tigers get a 2-run single off the bat of Madeline Savage to take a 5-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Indians need 2 to extend it, 3 to win it. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll find out if they can do it and see what's next here on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
At Little Caesars, get a large custom 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $7.99? Get out of here! This pizza is only $7.99. No way! This is $7.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $7.99? Well, you're crazy for this. Listen, pirate, stop taking my $7.99 pizza. Choose a large custom 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $7.99 when you order online. Only $7.99. What?
Pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It was 2 runs in the top half of the inning with 2 outs in the inning that Northeast was able to take a 5-3 advantage. Now for the Indians, it's going to be the 2-3-4 batters up, just like it was for the Tigers in the top half of the inning. It's going to be Martin to start us off. First pitch in there for a strike. This is still Tittle in the circle here for Northeast. Trying to go the distance as that pitch runs inside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. The Indians got 2 quick outs, but then back-to-back errors open the door for the Tigers to rally for 2 in the top half of the inning. As that pitch runs inside, 1-2 now is the count. Well, Martin was at the plate and reached on a fielder's choice when there was a runner interference in her last at-bat. She's got a couple of singles on the day, an RBI, 2 stolen bases, but has been left stranded in scoring position twice. There's a hard chopper. Second baseman finds it. Throw across the way. Is it in time? No, it's not. The run is safe. And a big-time play there. Martin with her 3rd hit of the game, and that was one of those bang-bang plays, folks. We said it earlier, had he called her out, you couldn't argue it. Had he called her safe, you couldn't argue it. And that time, the call goes the way of the Indians. And so now the tying run at the plate. This is Jesse Smith. Smith is due 0 for 3 on the day. No outs. Smith hammers this one, but right to the right fielder. Well, it sounded good off the bat, but the right fielder, the scouting report was a good one as they moved her over to that spot. And Smith hammers one, but unfortunately for the Indians, right at the right fielder for out number 1. And now this is going to be Riley Tyree coming to the plate. There's 1 out in the inning. Tyree representing the tying run here in the bottom of the 7th. Northeast 5, ICC 3 here. 1 out and a runner at first. Tyree to the dish. Listen to that first pitch in there for a strike. She's 2 for 3 today. A pair of singles. She's also grounded out to first. That was to end the 2nd. Tyree playing first base today. Swings on this one. Hit to the gap, and that's going to put the tying run on base for the Indians. Second hit of the inning there, and now this is going to bring up Julia Shaw to the plate. It looks like we're going to have a change. As they're going to chalk this one over here. So, new center fielder in the game here. Center fielder moved to left as they're making a change here. Interesting change this late in the contest. So, the umpire getting all the changes in here. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Tying run at first base here for the Indians. Julia Shaw at the plate. 5-3 is the score here. Drama here in this winner-take-all contest between ICC and Northeast. Shaw started the game out at pitcher. Was relieved after 5+ innings of work by Alyssa Clift. Shaw hammers that one. First baseman's going to step on the bag. Easy out there. And now there's 2 away, but the runners do advance. So the tying run now is in scoring position. And this is going to be Emma Rose Thompson coming to the plate. Emma Rose is 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. She's also popped up to the catcher in foul territory. But Emma Rose, with one swing of the bat, could etch her name in history here. As there's a tying run at second. And check swings, fouls that one back, strike one. Tittle trying to close the door on the rally here for the Indians. 0-1 is the count here to Emma Rose Thompson. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. A runner at third don't mean anything right now if you're Northeast. It's a runner at second that would tie the ball game. Thompson pops this one up. Catcher dives for it. Does she make the play? Oh, my goodness. What a play by the catcher, diving in foul territory. And Northeast gets the win on an amazing defensive effort on the part of Minshew to record the final out of the inning. And that's going to do it in dramatic fashion. Northeast rallies to win this one by the final score of 5-3. We're going to take a break and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and what a ball game it was today as ICC comes up a little short. Had the game-tying run at second, but couldn't come up with a timely hit. And the Indians fall 5-3 here in the play-in round of the Region 23 tournament. Congratulations to Northeast and wish them the best of luck as they advance on to the Region 23 tournament down at Co-Lin. That's scheduled to start on Friday, but Mother Nature looks like she may have more plans up for that one. We got to name our Samstown Market star of the game, and I've got 2 of them. Tamaya Martin and Riley Tyree. Both those young ladies had 3 hits on the day. And unfortunately for ICC, just couldn't come up with those timely hits when they did them the most, when they had runners in scoring position. You go all the way back to the first inning when ICC had bases loaded there. And this late in the season, you got to take advantage of those opportunities when they present themselves. So that's going to do it for our final broadcast of the 2023-2024 half of the season. But before we do, we want to say congratulations on a great 2 years and best of luck going forward to the following sophomores: Sammy Day Jones, Allie Beckley, Hallie Turner, Avery Wolf, Tamaya Martin, Brianna Clemens, Julia Shaw, Zoe Rippey, Chloe Martin, Jessie Smith, Emma Rose Thompson, and Riley Tyree. We know there's great things waiting for them in their future, and they already know once an Indian, always an Indian. Will be cheering for them no matter what their next steps in life may be. So that's going to do it for the evening. ICC falls in this one 5-3 to end the season at 26-23 on the year. So for Cal Brown, Raphael Henry, I'm Adam Gore saying so long from Fulton. ICC falls by the final score of 5-3 here in the play-in round of the Region 23 tournament. We'll see you next year for football back here on the ICC Sports Network.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.